I would never say this on a public platform just because this is like my best kept secret. But I post being normal on YouTube, so I'll just post about it here. Stop letting people know how smart you are. First of all, you shouldn't have to convince anyone of anything, okay? You need to let who you are as a person communicate everything this person needs to know about you. Um, it's not in your best interest for somebody to know that you are so fucking smart and that you can get out of any tricky situation and you can talk your way out of anything and you're this clever little dude. It's not in your best interest for people to know how smart you are. If people think you're dumb, they leave you the fuck alone. First of all, look at my shirt, and I'm wearing boxers right now, but this is my shirt, Lego Killer Croc today. Took me so long, look at the detail, okay? Listen to this. You aren't winning when when you are convincing people that you're smart. You're not winning by doing that. You should never have to do that, because if you have to convince anyone of anything, then that thing probably isn't that fucking true, because everyone knows the sky is blue, so someone's not sitting there convincing them all the time, because the sky is just fucking blue, you know it. So same should be for you. If you're so fucking smart, people should just fucking know it. Whatever. Don't be so needy to want everyone to know how smart and capable you are. I know on my videos I talk a lot about the grind and kind of like putting in the work and all that stuff, and I just made a video on you don't need to bring everyone into it, and this kind of builds off that, but it's its own thing. There's a lot of power to be held in keeping your cards to yourself and letting yourself pass off as an observer or a fly on the wall or too stupid to catch a clue. Okay? I don't mean to be a manipulative person. I mean this in terms of you don't need to throw in your face what you are at people, and the more and the less that people perceive you as a threat, the easier shit is. Okay? It's easier to make friends. It is easier to have hard conversations. It is easier to do just about anything if people don't perceive you as a threat. So keep your cards to yourself and quit trying to shove it down everyone's throat how great you are. Because it's a lot better to hold back and then let people see what shines through rather than to shove things in people's faces and for nothing to stick. You know, it's like this. If there's a mime, this is an analogy I love. Let's say that there's a mime, okay? There's a mime and there's a comedian. The comedian is talking all the time because the comedian's comedian. Comedian's always fucking talking. So everything is just fucking gibberish, so you don't listen to anything. But if the mime fucking talks, you listen because the mime doesn't say shit. It's interesting how you can be both of those things at once, because I'm not saying to be quiet and be a fly on the wall, because that's not what I am. I'm a pretty outspoken, big personality person, and I don't try and hold myself back in any sense. But there's just not that much value in people knowing how great you are. I don't say this because, well, no, I do believe in myself, but you should all believe that in yourself too. You should all be knowing that there are lots of things about you that if people really got to know you, they would be astounded by, and they would think it's great, and you would knock people's socks off, and you could teach people a thing or two. Not everyone is deserving to see that side of you. That is your special gift. That's your gift. You do what you want with your gift. You don't have to show it to everyone to prove that you should be in the same room with these people. And you don't need to prove it to people to show that you have value as a friend or as a person or in the classroom or in work. And you know what's really impressive is if you can get into the environments that you want to get in without showing all your cards. Because then you always have more of yourself to depend on. Now, I don't say that to be secretive, because I like vulnerability and I try to be very vulnerable. That's why I do this on here. That's why I tell this on here. But I look at this as just being able to provide information to people who want it. And I think you really need to stop devaluing or undervaluing the person that you are when you get serious. And it might have been a really long time since you've gotten really serious about something. For me, I got really serious when I started to do TikTok. That's when I started doing it. I also got really serious when I started working out. Those are two of the things that I've done in my life where I've actually, put on the bootstraps, strapped on the backpack, and said, okay, Carrington, let's use all of our brain for this. And I don't feel like I have to use my brain for a lot of, do you guys feel like you have to 100% try super hard at everything? No. There's probably a couple things in your life that you've really tried at. And it might have been a long time since you really tried at something. So you might have forgotten that you're a strong, capable person who can make shit happen at any given moment. Like that one meme. It's so funny. But you have that in you, and you have it in you. If I've said any of that, if I've said show people how powerful you are and blah, 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 and a version of yourself came to your mind, then you already have a part of you that is much more powerful and capable than what you currently are. And you don't need to show everyone that side. But you don't forget that you have that person in you. Don't do that. I let myself do that when I was smoking weed a lot. I realized I used to feel like I was fucking unlimited back in high school. I don't know what it was. I just am not in high school. I don't mean this like I was cool. I was not cool in high school. I mean I just felt like I could do whatever the fuck I wanted to do. And I felt it in my bones. And I felt like it was right as rain. It was right as rain that I could do whatever the fuck I want to do. But I started schlepping around, smoking weed, partying, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm not beating myself up, but I started fucking around. So I was like, oh, I'm doing pretty good now, And I forgot that I was that person who could do that. And then when I stopped smoking weed, I got reintroduced to this person. And something that I noticed is that when I was operating at lower frequencies, when I was being a shithead, when I wasn't being my best self, when I was smoking weed, when I was making excuses, when I was writing the to-do list and never fucking doing it, when I was being a fucking talker, when I was being a fucking jackass, period, when I was doing that, so often I would find myself, and I don't want to say so often because no, I'm not like that, but sometimes I would find myself trying to communicate my value, trying to tell people I could do this, that, or that, without realizing that I am a living testimony of whatever the fuck I say I can and can't do. You're a living testimony of whatever you think you can and can't do. So I could be telling people, oh yeah, I'm super financially literate. I read up on all this stuff. I know how to do with all this money. I know how to do all this shit. But I wasn't making any fucking money, so who's going to fucking listen to me? You know what I mean? I would try and communicate that I would never try and convince anyone I was funny because, That's right as rain. You know what I mean? But like I would try and like whenever I saw an opportunity for me to like give advice to someone, I would just be like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," like any opportunity I had, I would just throw myself into it without a leash on. I would just throw myself into it because I was like, oh, I just need to prove it to everyone because I wasn't proving it to myself at that time. I wasn't proving it to myself that I was all these things that I said I was, that I thought I could be. I wasn't balling out in LA, I wasn't balling on social media. I wasn't viral all the time. I wasn't posting on every platform. I wasn't optimizing my surroundings, my environments. So to compensate for that, whenever I could talk about it, I just fucking yapped about it. I was like, well, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, you can say all this shit, but if you're not fucking doing it, it's fucking, you're throwing, it falls on deaf ears. Why the fuck would anyone listen to you if you're not walking the walk? So I felt like I had to prove it all the time, but I realized as I've like now been like more locked into my life and like taking things more seriously, I'm realizing that power is mine. That's your power. You don't have to give it to everyone. You don't have to hand it to people. You don't have to prove it to people to prove that you belong there, that you belong in the room as them, that you proves your worth. Just because somebody might not say that, just because somebody might not think that about you, like this person doesn't think you're this, so you feel like you need to say this. It's your power. Don't give in to other people. It's your thing to have. And there's more strength in keeping that to yourself than throwing it in everyone's fucking face. Because they don't even give a shit. These people don't give a shit in the first place how smart you are. They don't give a shit how good you are at. And people don't care about how fucking too smart for school you are. If you're someone who thinks that you're too smart for school and woe is me, and I don't know, like, my life is so hard, I'm just too smart for this world, because I used to think like that, fuck you. You are so annoying. You're not better than anyone. You're not better than anyone. Snap out of it. Snap out of it and do something good for somebody. Fucking A. If you think you're too XYZ good at something for anything, you're so annoying. Please snap out of it. Please get over yourself. Just get over yourself. Get over yourself. I'm saying that to myself. Get over yourself. You think you're too fucking social media cool to be making YouTube videos being fucking vulnerable? That's what I'm trying to do right now. Get over yourself. You're not that fucking cool. You're not that cool. Make a video being normal, being a vulnerable person like everyone else. Okay? Fuck your followers, asshole. That's what I'm saying to myself. Asshole. So funny. But I can smile after I say it because I'm being honest with myself about it. I'm really being honest. Because sometimes I do feel too cool for school. I do feel like, oh, I'm a million on TikTok, bro. Shut the fuck up. Can you get some fucking perspective, you little whiny bitch? Damn, bro. I hope I don't get flagged for saying this shit. I'm saying it to myself, but like, stop trying to prove it to everyone. Don't prove it to anyone. Prove it to yourself. Fucking A. There's so much more power in people thinking that you're fucking dumb when you're actually smart than you telling everyone you're smart and people being like, yeah, he's not that fucking smart. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That is the sauce right there. That is the sauce if I've ever given it. Way better. Way better. Look at me. Look at what I think online. Anyone who knows me from my social medias is like, what the fuck am I watching right now? Like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, what? How are you being like, duh? You know what I mean? It's like, you're allowed to have different sides. You know what I mean? I'm someone who preaches consistency. I preach consistency in my friends. I don't like friends who act like a different friend when they're around their friends that I'm not friends with. Consistency. But that doesn't mean that you need to be all cards on the table all the time. I'm still going to be open-minded and, for the most part, friendly and give people the benefit of the doubt with any people I meet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the same around all my friends. I like to think that. That doesn't mean I need to turn on hyper-intellectual version of myself when I'm around everyone. Different friends bring out different sides of you. Different environments bring out different sides of you. Sometimes I'm goofball. Sometimes I'm sad. Sometimes I'm feel really locked in and businessy and like be smart. Sometimes I'm feeling like thoughtful and blah, blah, blah. You know, you're allowed to do that. But don't feel like you need to show everyone your cards. You do not need to show everyone your cards. You know, I challenge you to start pulling punches. Start keeping some of your gold to yourself. Stop trying to show it to everyone. Just leave it for yourself. And the more that you keep it to yourself, and the more that you turn that into someone you actually are, because you don't need to say it to somebody, because you're just going to do it later. You know, you don't need to say it, because you're just going to fucking do it. The more you keep that gold in you, the more that gold builds up, and it just starts flowing out of you. And you could not even be trying to prove to people this, that, and that, or you could not even be trying to be funny or trying to be cool or trying to be smart or educated, but you can just be it all the fucking time, and it will show. Let your actions speak for yourself. Keep that gold to yourself if you need to. I'm not saying be secretive. Don't be secretive. You know, bring out the versions of yourself that you want to bring out. If you want to if you're feeling in a smart mood today, it's all about mood. If you're feeling in a smart mood today, bring that smart mood out. You know, if you're feeling silly, be silly. But don't feel like everyone has to know exactly who you are all the time. Let that be for yourself. Give that power to yourself. Don't give it to other people. Don't give the power of being yourself to other people because you want them to like you. Keep it to yourself, and you choose. You choose the kind of person you want to be today. You know, because every day you make a choice. I'm consistent. Every day I make a choice. I want to be better than I was yesterday. I want to be thoughtful. I want to make smart decisions and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But like, you're making a choice. And when you're around this also goes for mostly random people. When you're around fucking random people, you don't have to show them your true colors, bro. Not everyone wants to see you win. You don't have to. Don't be scared, but keep it to yourself. Don't be afraid to keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself? Don't be afraid to do that. Be yourself, but if you got some sauce and you think that people aren't going to like you because you give them the sauce, change how you think about that, because you have value besides that. You have value in just who you are and the jokes you laugh at. That's still important to people. That's some real shit. Be whoever you want to be, dude. Be whoever you want to be, but don't let other people dictate the kind of person you are. And don't become somebody because you think other people think you're that way. Real shit.